Hello everyone. Looking at the present scenario of corrupt practices that we can see happening all around us, I would like to share with us all some words and that might give us a thought of how we are progressing as an individual and as a state today. Starting from the bottom level as an individual to the various departments of the state, how are we working to not be a stumbling block for others? When we look at the state of Nagaland, corruption has become a way of life and it has blinded our society. Our state has become so corrupted that corruption itself has lost its meaning here. Nagaland has been ranked as one of the worst performing states in India. In the northeastern region, District Sustainable Development Index, published by the National Institution for Transforming India, they voiced out against Nagaland Chief Minister Nifuriu and his government for not even providing basic facilities to the common people and cheating not only the Nagas but the central government for many years. Our political and public leaders talk about development in all kinds in every public gathering. Speeches are held, promises specially made during the election time, and assurances are given to general public, but all this seems a far cry than achieving it. How deep is corruption rooted in our state? That is impossible to do away with this social menace. Corruption is the greatest enemy of development, and the illegal practices in the infrastructure development sector can be clearly seen by the people from all walks of life. When we look at the present scenario of road conditions in Nagaland, we find that the roads conditions they remain deplorable. There is not even a single blacktopping in most of the areas. Bridges are falling apart. Government offices, buildings, and especially the government schools, they are in a very bad condition and with almost nil maintenance. Now, when we search answers for all this corruption that is happening in our state, the answer is all because of the illegal practices that has been contributed by the so-called public servants, by the technicians, by the bureaucrats, by the politicians, by the contractors, and even to the individual self. When we look at the condition of India and comparing it to the Nagaland with the other states, Nagaland is presently the only state in India without a medical college, where the loan project implemented in the year 2014 is still incomplete after 9 long years. And we find that the amount sanctioned that was released by the government of India stands at around 171.10 crores. When we look at the High Court also, we have started constructing a High Court along with the states of Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura. But Nagaland High Court building remains incomplete at just 35% work completed, even after 15 years, and the exorbitant amount of rupees 52.63 crores stands withdrawn till then. Whereas, like I've said, the High Courts of Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura, which were started at the same time along with the State High Court of Nagaland, they have already established their respective high courts and are functional since 2013. Apart from all these examples, when we look at the jobs that are guaranteed by the government through exams, competitive exams, we find that the backdoor appointments happens a lot and it is mostly done by bribery and nepotism. The long pending construction work on multidisciplinary sports complex in Dimapur, which was started way back in 2006, is still incomplete. The road connectivity in almost all over Nagaland are so much neglected that there is no sign or any sign of new construction or repair that goes on. And because of that, it has cut the lifelines of many villages and towns. With all the money sent by the central government to construct roads, it seems to vanish every year, and only some occasional thin blacktopping to cover potholes before elections so that the people or the leaders can make the public happy in order to gain votes. So seeing all these corruptions that has been going on all over Nagaland, starting from the infrastructure to the roads to the jobs or even small things, what can be the antidote or to solve this corruption? What will be the antidote? In simple words, we as a Christian state and we as a Christian, we need to build a very good relation with God. Because when we build a good relation with God, only then the knowledge of God and His understanding will help us to fight against our personal gains, our personal thoughts, our personal interests, and Finally, it will be reflected in our words and action, in our works, in our attitude, in our conduct, in our views, in our beliefs, in our conviction, and even in our faith. Unless we come closer to God and follow His ways, we will always fall in temptation when we think about gaining our personal gains. The Bible also clearly gives command not to steal in the Ten Commandments. And we find that in the second Peter chapter 2 verse 3, it also warns us about corrupted people. So are we falling in that category that which Peter was talking about? Whenever we try to do something good, there is always a reason that makes us fall into temptation and makes us do something bad for our own benefit. And that is the personal gain that we are talking about here. But only when a person changes, then he or she can change the society by correcting the failures due to corruption. So I pray and believe that in the coming years, we as a Christian state, we as Christians will try to work better for our future, for our younger generations. And I hope and believe that God will bless, save, and also protect our Nagaland from all the evil practices that has been going on for a better future.